America's Newsroom. How are you, sir? Good morning.
Doing great.
This thing covered a lot of ground yesterday. I don't know if you learned anything. Did you?
Well, it's good. This is part of the American way. You have the Attorney General there. You have the representatives grilling him with questions. He sat there for several hours. Most of the questions were about the discretion that he exercises there at the Department of Justice. And everybody from Jason Smith to Doug Collins to Ron DeSantis to Trey Gowdy to Jim Sensenbrenner were asking questions about how much discretion he uses. And all we ask is that the laws be equally enforced. You would think the Republicans are asking for the world. We just want the law to be enforced, and the Attorney General has some issues with that.
What happened consistently is that a number of investigations were brought up. And Gohmert was talking about one in his home state that really a lot of people on the national level don't even talk about. Fast and Furious, the Petraeus matter came up. Which of these active investigations have reached conclusion in the past 5.5 years?
That's the frustration. When I had my 5 minutes, I asked him about the investigation of General Petraeus, one of the most revered public servants we've had in this nation. And it's been almost 2 years since they started this investigation, and yet the administration has this dangling over his head. At the same time, we're trying to get to the bottom of some very serious things. I just think it's terribly unfair to let this linger for so long.
But you and others are accusing the Attorney General of not doing his job. I mean, that was clear. Now, why do you believe that is the case? Is he running out the clock, or is there something else going on there?
Well, you have to look at each one separately, but a lot of people brought up the marijuana laws, why those aren't being enforced, the immigration laws, why are those not being enforced, where the Attorney General seems to have taken a proactive stance and just saying, we're just not going to enforce that law. And in the United States of America, they're not optional. There's a reason why we have laws. And when you have a president who routinely stands up and says, I got a pen, we're just going to bypass Congress, the American people should be scared to death of that.
I still don't get an answer to why. Why do you think this is the case?
This is their agenda. That's their political agenda. This is why we struggle. This is why we sat there for hours and asked him these questions. I don't think we got great answers on why he doesn't just simply enforce the law.
Well, we found a clip earlier today from May of last year. The president was talking about the IRS matter, and he vowed to get to the bottom of it, and yet it continues. I know there's a lot of action today in the House, and again tomorrow. We'll stay in touch with you and